There appears to be a lot of interest in making bread now. Imagine that. I'm going to walk through my formula and a way that I make bread by hand. Of course, like anything else, there's tons of ways to do this. Each person will have to find something that works for their own circumstances and their own timelines. I use a sourdough culture, which makes my process take a little bit longer. If you use a quick yeast, some of the methods here will be the same, but the timelines will probably be a bit different. This is going to be for a single 2-pound boule. We've already measured out starter, flour, water, and salt. And this formula will be for a 68% hydration dough, which really isn't important except for replication purposes. Other things that we have are a bowl to mix in, a tub with a little bit of water, and a plastic dough scraper. Could also use a spatula like this, although these are significantly better. First thing that we're going to do, put our dry ingredients together and put our wet ingredients together. For ease, I put a lid on my wet ingredients and I shake them up to mix them together. You could also just stir them up really good. This is pretty easy for me. If you're doing this with granulated yeast, you would put your granulated yeast into the water, and you probably also add a pinch of sugar to help activate the yeast. Our culture is active already, so that step is not necessary. So at this point we have all our liquids mixed up. Add that to the bowl. Add our flour with the salt already in there to the liquid. And then just going to mix it up with the hands until you get a little bit more of the moisture incorporated. It's a little bit difficult to do with one hand. And keeping the camera on the bowl. Pause here. So this is why we have this scraper. We're going to grab our scraper and take it and scrape everything else in that I can't get with the hands. And I'm going to do that using both hands while the camera is paused. So at this point we've scraped the sides of the bowl pretty well. And you can see we got a rough dough. You would hardly call it a dough yet, just the ingredients just incorporated together. At this point, a lot of people would start kneading their dough. However, what I do is what's called a slap and fold and stretch and fold method. It requires a little bit more time, but a lot less hands-on in the sticky dough. So what I do at this point is cover the bowl and set a timer for 15 minutes and let the flour absorb the water and let gluten development begin. So we'll do that right now.